Hiya and welcome to today's workout, which is cardio and tone. So for this we will be needing some dumbbells and we're going to follow a structure which is circuit based. We've got a warm up and cool down and 3 rounds in the middle. Each round you're going to have 4 exercises followed by a rest. Each work period is 45 seconds followed by 15 seconds to change into the next exercise. So for our warm-up, let's get started. We've got 4 exercises, starting with walkouts, where you're going to roll down through the spine, walk the hand out into a plank position, and then walk those hands back up and roll up through the spine. So we're going to keep doing this for 45 seconds. Just use this as a nice mobilization. So make sure you roll down through your spine and then walk those hands out and find that strong plank position. You should be getting a bit of a hamstring stretch each time you do this. And it's a good chance to start warming up the shoulders, warming up the core. Walkouts is a really good all over exercise. Nice work. Now we're going to come into a lunge and thread through. So for this you can place your knee down or you can lift the knee, which will make it slightly harder. Then you're going to take that hand, reach it up and then thread it underneath. So you should have your opposite arm on the floor to support your balance, and then the same arm as leg that's lifted and beside you is the arm that's twisting. So this is a really good stretch. This is going to get into your glutes, your groin, your upper body too, which is your chest when you're opening up, and then your scapula as you're threading under. Like I said, you can always drop your knee down if it starts to get too intense, but if you can, stay with me and keep that leg lengthened. This is a really good mobilization. Awesome work. Let's change over to the other leg. So like I said, keep that knee down or keep it raised. Obviously keeping it raised is going to make it a lot harder. And then you're going to thread that arm through. This is a nice little warm up before we get started. Today's workout, I won't lie to you, it is a tough one. You'll see me going from looking nice with my hair and makeup to the end I am glistening with sweat. So I hope you've got your water bottle and I hope you're prepared to do a decent workout. Awesome work. Just a couple more of these thread throughs before we move on to our last exercise in our warm-up round. Alright, we're going to come into our 4-point kneel and we're going to go into our bird dogs. So for this you're going to extend one arm long and the opposite leg, and then you're going to repeat with the other arm and leg. Lengthening out, coming back to your 4-point kneel, lengthening out, coming back to your 4-point kneel. So for this exercise you really want to make sure that you're feeling that length between your fingertip and your foot, and that your core is stabilizing you in the middle and you're just holding it all together with that core in midsection. Keep breathing. This will just wake up your glutes, wake up your core, and also start to wake up and strengthen your shoulders. Good. Alright, we have 1 minute rest and then we're going to start our first round. So I'm just going to demo what we're doing. The first exercise is a dumbbell deadlift. The second exercise is a lateral lunge with a shoulder press. Then you repeat it on the other side, lateral lunge and a shoulder press. The next exercise, the last one, is your pop squats. This is the cardio portion. So you're jumping in and then popping out into your squat. You do that 2 times and then that round is over. So just to recap, you've got 3 rounds altogether following the same structure. So it's a nice punchy workout. You want to get your dumbbells ready, whatever weight you're comfortable with. I like to select a heavy weight for this movement, but I'm quite familiar with deadlifts, so just choose a weight that's right for you. And let's get started. Alrighty. So this is a hinge based movement, so you're going to think of pressing your hips back and then driving your hips forward. If you're not familiar with hinges, then I do recommend staying with a light weight. Breathing in as you're going down and out as you're coming up. I always like to think of my glutes and hamstrings as I'm doing this exercise, making sure I can feel it, and then driving those hips forward, pressing through the floor. Almost there. Good. Okay, place those weights down, and we're going to get another weight. I just chose something a little bit lighter, and now we're going to go into that lateral lunge and then press. So you're going to move to the side, and your opposite arm is going to hold the weight as you lunge, then come back together and press that arm over your head. This one's really important to breathe. I always breathe out as I'm pressing the weight above my head. And because we're moving to the side in that lateral lunge, it's another hinge based movement, which means we need to keep our core strong and our back nice and neutral. So we don't want to be bending at the back, we want to be bending at the hip. Nice work. Think of driving through that leg as you're pushing back to come together. This is a nice compound movement using the lower body and the upper body. Nice work. Okay, let's go to the other direction, the other side. As we're coming out, we're hinging and we're keeping those knees tracking over our toes. So knees driving over toes and then pressing that arm above your head. Good. Just control the movement. There's no need to rush and speed through it. This one's a kind of a complex exercise because you've got two things going on, and a lateral lunge is quite technical. So I'd rather you go light until you feel that you've got all the right muscles working. Even body weight, this exercise is going to be still very effective. We're almost there. Done. Great work. Okay, last exercise in this round. This is our cardio section. So you can choose to just do body weight squats, pop squats, or to challenge yourself into squat jumps. So pop squats, I always drop my hand down to touch the floor just to encourage me to get nice and low in that pop squat. But you don't have to do that. You could do this without moving your arms. I know some people find that a bit confusing for coordination. Great work, keep breathing, stay with me, keep in time with my tempo if you can. Awesome work, 15 seconds to go, we're almost there. Challenge yourself, see if you can keep with me without taking a break. Let's go. Alright, all finished. That is first round done. We have a minute rest, so if you have a water bottle in these rests, feel free to take a sip or to get a sweat towel and dab yourself with sweat, which I didn't do, which I regret by the end. So we're just going to repeat that same round again. So now that you know what you're in for, you can select heavier or lighter weights or just the same. On this round, I know I choose a slightly heavier weight on my lateral lunge because I want to challenge my shoulders. Alright, you want to start thinking about getting ready. We're about 10 seconds away from starting. Alright, pick up those weights and let's begin. We've got our dumbbell deadlifts, so you should be able to see the form now from the side. It's hips going back and then hips driving forward. You can see how I keep those dumbbells close to my legs, so the dumbbells just gliding along my legs rather than being too far away from my legs. Keep that core on, keep driving nice and strong. Breathing in, coming down, out driving those hips forward. Awesome work. This exercise is really good for your posterior chain, especially your hamstrings, glutes, and your back. Nice work. Okay, tiny little rest, and we're going into our lateral lunge and shoulder press. So you can opt for that lighter weight or stay with me, something a little heavier. Coming out and down, and then pressing up overhead. Just getting used to this new weight. I think I found it a little bit harder to find my balance. Good, keep breathing out as you're pressing up overhead. Awesome work, we're almost there on this side. One more rep. Great work. Have a little rest as you transition to the other side. Alright, let's get started. Lunging on down and pressing up overhead. Keep that knee tracking in line with your toe. Keep control of your spine. And make sure that as you're raising that shoulder or arm above your head, that you're not going into your neck muscles. So keep your shoulder down and make sure it's the shoulder doing the work. You got this. This exercise is a nice one, starting to get your adductors working in those lower legs. Awesome work. Okay, last exercise for this round, and then we have a rest, and then we've got a fresh batch of exercises. You got it, it's our pop squats. So a reminder, you can do bodyweight squats, pop squats, or jump squats if you really want to challenge yourself. Getting nice and low, stay with me. Try not to break, try to stay with me. It's only 45 seconds, you can do it. Awesome work. Keep breathing. This is that cardio part of our cardio and tone. Good, we're almost there, about 10 more seconds to go. Stay with me. You got this. Let's go all the way to the end. 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. All right, let's rest. So let's just go over the next round. We've got 4 new exercises. I'll give you a quick demo once I've caught my breath. So we're going to start with a squat and press. That's with outer rise. Just ignore that little heel pump. The next exercise is going to be a curtsy lunge and a bicep curl. So step to the side, lunge and bicep curl together. So that one's quite a complicated one, so just take your time with it. The next exercise is a rear delt fly, and then you stand upright for an upright row. Rear delt fly, upright for an upright row. I recommend a lightweight for that exercise. The last one is mountain climbers for our cardio portion to finish. This round is definitely challenging, so just stay with me, choose the right weight for you, and let's get started. Squat and press. Breathing in and then out as you're pressing those arms up above your head. Good, keep powering through the legs to help you send those arms up above you. You want to make sure that you're keeping those dumbbells in a hammer position, so they should be parallel to each other, starting from your shoulders and then pressing up above the head. Squatting down into a good squat form and then driving through those legs, pressing up overhead. You've got this, keep breathing. Breath is super important when we kind of mix cardio with weights. So important to keep breathing so you get that oxygen in. Alright, now we're going to go into the curtsy lunge and bicep curl. My recommendation is to really take your time, as there's a bit of balance going on in this exercise. Step to the side, lunge behind, curl at the bottom. Step, curtsy and curl. So the difference between a regular lunge and a curtsy lunge is this, that you keep those feet turned out ever so slightly. If that is putting you off or making you feel uncomfortable, I would just go into a regular lunge. So you can still step to the side, place the foot behind and lunge. If you're okay with this curtsy lunge, then just try to get as low as you can and keep bicep curling with those arms beside you. Again, keep breathing. Nice work. Picking up lighter dumbbells. I'm using 1 kilo, but you could equally use 2 or potentially 3. I wouldn't personally go any heavier than that. Now we're going to fly those arms out to the side, come standing and go into an upright row. Make sure when you're in the rear delt fly that you've got a really strong back. So you're coming into a hinge movement, holding your core, keeping a nice strong stable spine. This should be working your rear delts, which is your shoulders, behind the backs of your shoulders. For the upright row, it's the front of your shoulders. Good. This exercise still works, it's still a nice exercise, but for me personally it's a chance to breathe a little, catch my breath. It's not quite so demanding as the other two. Awesome work. We're going to come down for our mountain climbers. There's about 70 reps, so just stay with me. We've got this. Try to challenge yourself and stay up the whole time. Here we go. That's 10 done already. Keep treading those feet in. So I'm doing about a moderate pace here to make it harder. You could go a little bit faster. To make it easier, you could remove the jump and just tread those feet in. If you need a break at any time, I recommend staying on your hands and toes and just pushing back into a downward dog and then coming back in when you're ready. Try to avoid collapsing and coming down. We want to do that in our rest period. But you're doing really well. This is a challenging workout, so stay with me. We're almost there, about 10 more seconds to go. Good. Well done. That is your first round of this next batch of exercises all over. Don't know about you, but I'm definitely sweating. I'm definitely working up a sweat. So grab a drink or just breathe. Well done. So we're going to do all those exercises again. Now that you know what you're in for, you can select slightly heavier, stay the same, or lighten those weights if you need to. I don't know about you, but I'm someone who really struggles with cardio, so I like doing these little punchy workouts because I still get that cardio and heart rate up, but I'm not having to do cardio by itself, and I'm using weights to help me get into a cardiovascular state. Alright, we're going to start very shortly. Get those arms ready, back into our squat and press. Starting now. So maintain that good squat form. Keep breathing out as you're pressing up, driving through those feet. You've got this. We've got this together. I can do it, so can you. Stay with me. Awesome work. Last one, and rest. Awesome work. Okay, now we're going to be going into those curtsy lunge and bicep curl. Choose the right weight for you. Here we go. Lunging to the side, foot goes behind, curl those arms as you're lunging. I really like this exercise. It's quite demanding. There's quite a lot going on. So I really have to focus. I love that about exercise. You can forget about what's going on in your personal life, whatever's happening. You can just forget about it for a moment and zone into your body. I love when I do weights because it reminds me that I'm really strong, really capable, even if I'm finding it challenging. It doesn't matter, I've still showed up and I'm doing something for myself. Great work. Okay, third exercise. This is your rear delt fly and upright row. So just remember to maintain a really strong spine as we go through these two movements. Here we go. Rear delt fly, standing upright into our upright row. Keep breathing. I always breathe out as I'm flying the arms up or as I'm rowing the arms up. Doing really well. Good, we've got about 10 more seconds. Let's keep moving through it. Great. Okay. Last time with these mountain climbers. Okay, I really want you to stay up for as long as possible. Really challenge yourself. Whatever you did last round, try to improve it or at least stay the same. Let's go. Keep treating those legs. You're doing really well. You've got this. Stay with me. Just keep moving the legs. Don't think about it. It'll be over before you know it. Good. Keep going. About 5 more seconds. And relax. Well done. Okay, that is that round over. Have a breather. Grab a drink of water. One more round, 2 times through, and then we're done. Just finishing with stretches after that. Okay, so to show you, the first exercise is a squat and a rise. So squat and rise up onto those toes. The second exercise, we're going to come down and grab our lighter weights. This exercise, we're going to come up into a glute bridge and then go into a chest fly with our arms. So maintain that glute bridge the whole time. Next exercise, you can use that weight or you can do it without it. That's the crunch, and then we're going to finish with our dead bug. And that's it. That's our last round. I really like this last round. It's not so hectic. It's a nice one to finish on. So we're going to get started. Squatting and then coming up onto our toes. Breathing in and out up. Really want to come nice and high onto those toes, but make sure that you're not rolling out or in, that you're nice and strong and stable. Breathing. We've just got one exercise standing in this round, and then the next 3 are lying on that mat. For me, that was good news. I am glistening with sweat. I hope you are too. Nice work. Alright, coming down, we'll grab those dumbbells and then we're going to come up onto our glute bridge and into our chest flies. Sorry, the focus starts to go a bit funny here, but we're going to carry on. So keeping that glute bridge nice and high and then flying with those arms. I had done another workout prior to this, so my glutes were starting to feel quite tired, but you want to keep those hips raised as high as possible the whole time. Breathing in as you're coming down with those arms and out as you're bringing the arms back together. Nice work, we're almost there, about 15 more seconds. You've got this, stay with me. Well done. Just ditch one of those dumbbells and then we're going to come up into tabletop position with the hands just above your shoulders, feet into tabletop, hands by the shoulders, lifting up, breathing out. So we're thinking of crunching on a diagonal line. So we want to think of our nose to the ceiling. We don't want to be thinking of just crunching our head to our knees. So we want to lift up on a diagonal line. Keep breathing up as you're crunching up. If you do want to challenge yourself, next time you can lengthen your legs longer. This little tabletop with the bend makes it a wee bit easier. Great work. We've got one more exercise, which is our dead bug. So we'll come back into that tabletop position with our arms above our shoulders and we'll get into it. So opposite arm and leg go long and then come back to center line. That's it. Keep that belly button plugged to the ground. You want to avoid letting your back arch. You want to keep that back nice and strong and firm. So if you can feel your body arching, it might be a sign that we're overworking that core and you may need to just rest and wait for the next round. Awesome work. We're almost there, about 15 more seconds. Good, and relax. Well done. We just got one more round of this workout round here, and then we'll finish with some stretches. So if you've got to go after the stretches, you can go, but if you've got time, I do recommend staying for a stretch. Just checking that the camera is still recording. These longer workouts, it usually cuts off, which it does in another few more seconds. But you can see I am definitely sweaty, so this is a good workout. This is really good for cardio and toning. So you should feel really proud of yourself today, showing up for yourself, getting this workout done, doing it with me. Alright, we've only got one more round to do. It's coming up very shortly. And then we've got some stretches, so stay with me. We have got this. Here we go. Going into our squat and up into our rise. Squat and rise. Awesome work. Keep that balance, keep moving through this movement. You're going to feel awesome once this is all over and we are almost there. Great work, keep it up. Squatting down as low as you can and then rising up nice and tall onto those toes. Coming on down, let's go into our glute bridge and chest fly. So you want to come up onto your glute bridge and then out into your chest fly. Good, you can keep your elbows slightly soft for the chest fly, and that just enables you to keep all that tension into your pecs and not into the joints. Keep breathing, we are almost there. Keep those hips up if you can. Keep those hips up, keep squeezing your glutes. Ignore me, I was getting quite tired. Okay, next one is that tabletop crunch. So you're going to have your feet in tabletop, your hands up with the weight, and then you're just going to crunch up towards the ceiling, breathing up, coming up. Good, little crunches, lifting those shoulder blades off the mat. Try come up as high as you can. Awesome work. You're doing really well. Remember, you can do this one without the weight, it just adds a little bit to the movement, which is nice. You've got this. Almost there. Good, coming on down, and our last exercise for this workout. Again, apologies for my focus, can't figure out where I am. Alright, coming back up into the tabletop position, and then we're going to bring our arms and legs out, opposite arm and leg go long, and then come back together. Keep strong through that core. Keep plugging your belly button towards your spine and not letting your lower back arch off the mat. To make it slightly easier, you don't have to extend your leg so long. You could also just work on your lower body or just your upper body. Awesome work, we're almost there. Hug those knees into your chest, relax, well done. That is the workout complete. And now we're just going to go into a few stretches because, quite frankly, we deserve it. We've done a very good workout here today. So this first one is just a frog stretch, so you can go as hard or as easy as you like with these stretches. Just listen to your body. So you're going to bring your head down close towards your toes. And that mat crept forward throughout the workout. It actually started further back, and then by the end of the workout it had crept all the way forward. All my jumping around. Nice work. Keep breathing in and out. Every out breath you're trying to get lower down towards your toes. Alright, we're going to go into a sit and reach, and this is for your hamstrings and a little bit for your calves as well, and your back. So just breathe in and out, and on every out breath you're trying to reach those hands further down towards your toes, getting your head towards your legs. Doesn't matter if you don't have your hands as far forward as mine, or you might have them much further forward. Doesn't matter, just keep stretching what feels right for you today. We've just got 2 more stretches after this. Great work. Let's go into a figure 4 stretch, one leg on top of the other, and then sitting up into our glutes. If that feels too easy, just shimmy that foot in closer towards you or sit up taller through your spine. Super important to keep stretching, guys, so after especially doing resistance work, we want to keep those muscles limber. Of course we want them stronger, but we don't want to lose our mobility. So keep stretching after your workouts or doing little stretches throughout the week to hold on to our mobility. Good. Alright, we are going to change legs very shortly. Here we go, changing to the other side, lifting up. And into that stretch again, trying to drop that knee down. And if you feel like it's getting easier, you can walk that bottom leg closer in towards you, or try to sit up taller through your spine. I have a habit of being a bit lazy with my stretches. You can see I'm a little bit slumped. I should probably be sitting a little taller through my spine. But I mean, who can blame me? That was a bit of a hectic workout in my opinion. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel good. Okay, let's come up for our last stretch, which is going to be a hip flexor stretch. So we're going to come into a lunge position, and then we're going to really tuck that pelvis under, which is going to lengthen out our hip flexors at the front. So we're going to go into a bit of a posterior tuck, really tucking that pelvis under, opening up through those front hip flexors and feeling that stretch there. So you can notice I'm not going into a lunge stretch because I'm not trying to stretch the quads just yet. I'm just trying to stretch into my hip flexors. And then you can change to the other side, tuck into that posterior tuck, lift up through your spine and just feel those hip flexors stretching. So these are all lower body stretches, so if you have time you could do some more upper body, but you don't have to. So just thanks for coming and working out with me. I hope you enjoyed the workout, and I'll see you again for another one. You did really awesome. If you've done this workout, you've done well. It was a sweaty mess for me, so awesome. See you next time.